Hello friends, my name is Rada Masood. Today we will discuss about the topic types of dependencies in project management. Friend, today's topic is very important, and if you are studying project management in university or you are planning to give exam of PMP, so this is a very important topic with respect to exam point of view. You must have to know about the relationship among the activities and the dependencies between multiple activities. Also friend, if you are a professional project manager and working in any organization as a professional project manager, so again this is necessary for you to understand the concept of activities and dependencies between in the project management. So friend, let's just start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's just start. Types of dependencies in project management. First of all friend, we have to see that the whole topic basically it pertains to project management. So we have, first of all, we have to understand that what is the definition of a project activity. Friend, as per the definition by PMBOK, project management body of knowledge, project is a temporary thing which has a beginning and ending point, and it gives you a unique output, product, service or result. That is called as a project. For example, if you are implementing a flyover, so it's a project. If you are introducing a new business process in a company, so it's a project. If you are implementing e-commerce solution, so it's a project. So two ingredients are very important in each and every project. First, it should be unique. Second, it should be temporary. So if any of these two ingredients are not available in the project, so it will not be a project. So the two must have ingredients are unique and temporary. Now friend, what is the concept of dependencies in project management? See friend, let me give you an example here. For example, you want to meet your some relative at some place. Okay, so you have to think that whether you will go through the car, then you have to arrange a petrol, then you will travel, and then you will reach some place. So whenever you want to do something or do achieve something, you must have to plan it. Plan means that you have to think that how you will you achieve that particular goal. Similarly, in the project management, the same concept applies here. Whenever we have to implement any project, like for example, you want to implement an e-commerce solution for a customer, so you have to think that how will you achieve that project, how will you complete that project. So when we are talking about planning, basically we are talking about activities. Okay, why we are talking activities? Because we have to decompose the project into small pieces of activities so that we can estimate the work in terms of time and cost. First thing, we have to decompose the project into smaller activities so that we can estimate the work in time and cost. Once we have identified the activities, then we have to identify the relationship among the activities. Okay, for example, if you are implementing an e-commerce solution for a customer, so first activity like planning activity, then software development, then software testing, and then production deployment. So see, what is the relationship between the activities? Like first of all, we have to do the planning, then software development start. Once the software development finish, then the testing will start, and then once the testing will finish, then the production deployment will start. So this is the relationship among the activities. So dependency means the relationship among the activities. Okay, so that is called as the concept of dependency in a project. Dependency means the relationship between the activities, like how activities are dependent or relating with other activities. So this is the concept of dependency or relationship among the activities. Now friend, in project management we have four types of dependencies. One is mandatory, second is discretionary, third is external, and fourth is internal. The mandatory dependency means, like from the name of the type you can understand it easily. It means the mandatory dependency. Mandatory means that it cannot be avoided. We must have to fulfill that mandatory dependency among the activities. Okay, again remember, whenever we are talking about dependency, basically we are talking about the relationship among the activities. For example, requirement documentation, after requirement documentation, the client approval will be required. Like first of all, for example, for once the scope document will complete, then client approval will be required. Another example is that laying of building foundation, then we can construct a floor, build car prototype, then perform crash testing. See friend, mandatory means, for example, if we didn't prepare a scope document, then we cannot without that we cannot apply for approval of the scope document, because before applying for the scope document we must need a preparation of the scope document. Okay, so this is the concept of mandatory dependency here. The next one is the discretionary dependency. Discretionary means that not necessary, not mandatory basically. So friend, sometimes there is more than one way to define a sequence between two activities, but the project team decide to take one sequence over the other one. So based on our past experiences, based on our for example our best practices, so we decide on that. See the difference between here, the discretionary dependency always decided based on the past experiences or based on the like something we have happened in the past or something we have read in the book about best practices. So based on that, this dependency defined by the project team actually. For example, develop system module X and then develop module Y. Like for example, our past experiences says that once the module X will finish, then the module Y will start. So this is our own best practices, or this is our own standard, or this is our own past experiences. Based on that, we are saying that once the module the X will complete, then the module Y will start. Another example, furnish room R, then furnish room S, book airline ticket, then buy insurance. So all these are the based on the discretionary dependencies, are based on the past experiences or the best practices. Remember friend that these are not the not mandatory dependencies, these are the dependencies which are defined by the project team. External dependency. Friend, the external dependency means that activities are done by the project team. The non-project activities are done by people who are external to the project team. For example, there is some dependency on the for example non-project activities. What does it mean friend? For example, like for example you are implementing a project and you need approval from government. Government is not a direct stakeholder in your project, they would be considered as a external stakeholder, external people which are not directly part of the project. So that's why we will say that it's a external dependency. Like for example, project will start once we get the approval from the government. Like government is not the stakeholder, they are not initiating the project, however we need some approval, some documentation or required from the government. Let me, this is just an example. For example, client go ahead then initiate a project. Like once the client will give you the go ahead, then the project will start. Delivery of equipment, start development. Like for example friend, you have ordered some hardware from ABC vendor. Once the hardware will receive, only then the project will start. Approval of building plans, start construction. Once the approval on the building plan you will receive, then only then the construction will start. So this is an example of external dependency. Remember, external means the dependency on the stakeholder which is not directly part of the project. So that's why we will say this as a external dependency. Now in the last, the internal dependency. Internal dependency means that you have dependency on some stakeholder which is a part of the team. For example, develop system, test system. This is an internal dependency. Like once you will complete the development, only then the test system testing will start. We have another example, construct the wall then paint wall. Once the construction of wall will complete, then the painting will start. Assemble machine, then pack the machine. Once the assembling of machine will complete, only then the packing of machine will start. So friend, this is an example of internal dependency. Hope you like this video. If you like, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thank you. Thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.